Hi there. I'm from the Montana Public Employee Retirement System, and I'm here to talk to you about the Volunteer Firefighters Compensation Act. The VFCA was established by the Montana legislature in 1965. It's administered by the Montana Public Employees Retirement Board, and the day-to-day operations happen here at Mpera. The VFCA provides retirement, disability, and survivorship benefits to firefighters of qualified fire companies, and I'll go over what makes a qualified fire company now. Here's a bit about fire company eligibility. The company needs to provide the following to Mpera: the name and address of the company, the name of fire chief and designated official, the portion of the fire district serviced by the company, and the area service needs to be unincorporated. The company needs to maintain firefighting equipment valued at more than $12,000 in serviceable condition and needs to own, rent, or use one or more buildings for storage of the equipment. And the company needed to be properly established by a governing board. If anything about this list changes, Mpera must be notified in writing. There are also some required filings for each company. You need a designation of beneficiary form for each firefighter, your annual certificate, your roster of firefighters, and any supplemental insurance. The designation of beneficiary form is essential for each firefighter. In case anything happens, it's important to know who should receive their benefits. The annual certificate is a turnaround document which will be mailed in June to all fire companies on file. The certificate will include information for each volunteer of the company. The fire chief needs to update, notarize, and return the certificate in order for volunteers to receive credit for their service. To receive credit, volunteers must receive 30 hours of training and serve for a complete fiscal year. That's July 1st through June 30th of the following year with a single company. It's important to note that the original certificate must be filed annually with Mpera between July 1st and September 1st. By September 1st of each year, Mpera needs that year's roster. It should include the date the fire company was formed, the name of the company, the list of officers and role of active members and inactive members. The fire chief and/or designated official should file a new roster of volunteers whenever there is a change. In order for a VFCA member to receive a credited year of service, a minimum of 30 hours of firefighter-related training in a fiscal year is required. Training does not include fire hall, vehicle maintenance, emergency calls, or fire company business meetings. Training records must be maintained by the fire chief or designated official for current and former members. This ensures that all members receive service credit and are eligible for benefits. Late annual certificates filed with Mpera after the September 1st deadline must be appealed to the board for approval. Late or amended certificates must be filed within 3 years of the original certificate due date and may only be amended once. Amended or late annual certificates must include the following: a letter to the board from the fire chief explaining why the annual certificate was not filed on time, the original annual certificate, certified training documents, and, if desired, a request for oral argument before the board. Late filed certificate training information must include the following: the date of training, the title of the training, complete description of the training, a list of attendees, hours of training, and certification of training record from the fire chief. Let's take a look at VFCA benefits. Beginning January 1st, 2016, VFCA retirees will receive $875 for each year of credited service up to 20 years. Credited service after 20 years remains at $750 per year up to 30 years. With more than 30 years of credited service, you might receive benefits if the trust fund is actuarially sound and amortizes in less than 20 years. To be eligible for a monthly benefit, you need to be age 55 with 20 years of credited service for a full benefit, and age 60 and 10 years of credited service for a partial benefit. The benefit may be available to a surviving spouse or dependent child depending on the member's death for a limited time. To learn more, please consult the current VFCA handbook at mpera.mt.gov. One of the VFCA benefits is disability. Disabled volunteers can receive disability benefits without regard to age or years of service. Disability retirements are calculated based on years of VFCA service. Volunteers receiving disability retirement benefits may be subject to periodic medical reviews. Other VFCA benefits include medical and funeral benefits. For the medical benefit, if a volunteer suffers an injury or illness in the line of duty, they may be eligible for assistance with medical claims. Fire companies that are not covered by workers' compensation insurance or other insurance are eligible. Medical expense claims are capped at $25,000 and are subject to board approval. To qualify for funeral expenses, the volunteer needs to have been an active volunteer of an eligible fire company and been listed on the current fiscal year roster and died in the line of duty. The volunteer's survivor or representative may submit a verified claim to the retirement board for funeral expenses. If you have questions, always contact us. We're at 1-877-275-7372 or 406-444-3154. You can also email us at mpera@mt.gov or check us out online at mpera.mt.gov.